and welcome to the final episode of Teaching with the Heart.
In this episode, we'll be taking a look back at all the exciting moments and important topics that we covered in the series.
My name is Hans Esadi.
And I am Shade Morgan. You're welcome.
True friendship, it lasts forever. True friendship, a gift we share together. No matter where you are, we're there together. Sharing moments, happiness is when we are together.
Maltina, share happiness.
Philosophy of education is a very important one. I belong to a group, for example, that believes that parents have a very important role to play in the education of their children. You can't just associate to a school and say, okay, a child is here, which is what most of us do, sadly, today in Nigeria. Communities, parents have direct critical roles to play in the education of their offspring.
I've always wanted to be a teacher because of my experience in the secondary school. The subject I'm teaching right now, I failed chemistry in SS1 and also failed chemistry in SS2 until I was recovered in SS3. That was when I knew that the method in teaching differs. So I had my mind that I'm going to be a teacher so that I can teach the students properly. I felt I wasn't taught well.
I knew about children with special needs and people with disability, so I had special interest in them. Then I used to go around seeing how I could be of help in one way or the other, providing needs to them, until when I had to go to university to study special education so that I could then learn how to be of help and provide resources, how to be able to teach, and also to help in every other way to be able to make it easy and safe for persons with special needs.
Right now, when you go to the villages, there are problems. No chairs, no board. The condition of learning is extremely poor. The teachers who are willing to go to the villages to teach, they are very few. The ones who have been assigned the task of, that have been posted to the villages, they are not willing to go, compounded with the insecurity issues.
We have issues of overpopulation in our schools. So the ratio of a teacher to students is above 50 in most schools. A lot of teachers, if you meet and speak with them, they actually want to leave the profession. They are tired of the profession. Why? Because lack of incentive, lack of teacher welfare.
Education is the cornerstone of any nation's economic empowerment and sustainable development, and Nigeria is no exception. The sector has attracted interventions and efforts from a wide array of stakeholders, private enterprises, non-profits, and dedicated organizations, all committed to shaping the educational landscape and securing a brighter future for generations to come.
When you think about Nigeria today, the indices do not show that we're on track to really ensuring that every single citizen is able to acquire the knowledge, the skills, the mindset, the values needed for them to fulfill their own potential, but also to contribute to the development of our nation.
here is an underserved community. So on getting to this place, first thing I try to do is adapt to the environment, and knowing those places is a place that they lack a lot of social amenities. No light, no water, they lack everything. I had skin reactions, I felt ill several times, and even coping with the students, because teaching them in English, I noticed they could not really comprehend. When I came here, they did not have a computer teacher, they don't even have a laboratory, so I had to start from the scratch with a lot of things and instructional material, so they can at least have an idea of what a computer is, because we are now in the digital age, the 21st century, of which students need to know a lot about this thing.
The first thing, a computer is what? An electronic device.
My name is Owakame Peter Thomas.
I think I noticed that he had special needs when he was about 11 months old. You know, he was not reaching his milestone at the right time. And a lot of people have been telling me it was delayed, but I didn't accept it. I just felt maybe he was over-pampered and all. But I noticed he didn't sit at the right time. The drooling was uncontrollable, and he didn't have neck control. You know, and you know the Yoruba myth, Egbesi no pali, put him at the back, tie his neck and stuff like that. And I did everything, but it still wasn't. So he didn't reach the milestone. In this part of the world, we've not accepted them yet. You know, I was at the island some few years back, and I heard a woman describing special needs as Aomo de, Aomo dodoyo. I was like, what do you mean by? And she was like, Aomo tepe won legbe won sita, won man ti won mole, you know. So immediately I brought out my phone and I'm like, I have one of them, but chele jo de lodrin. And she was like, I'm sorry. I said, no, you're not. You know, so the awareness is not there.
Many people, when they see blind persons, they feel like it's a contagious condition. So it was a very major challenge before you can get people to assist you to do things. They have like a second thought before they help you.
Education is the foundation of every great nation. And in Nigeria, we have a unique opportunity to shape the future by ensuring that our educational system caters to all learners, regardless of how they learn. Every learner deserves the chance to thrive. Yet for many students, the classroom can be a daunting place when their learning needs are not met. And this is particularly true for individuals with learning differences like dyslexia, a difference occurring in about 1 in 5 persons, or 20% of any population. Dyslexia is often misunderstood, and too many students struggle in silence or are labeled as slow, lazy, or difficult, when in reality, they're simply not being taught in a way that allows them to excel.
So integrating technology into learning gives a lot of opportunity for the child, a lot of opportunity for the teacher to widen his horizon as far as teaching and learning are concerned.
In all totality, we are there to do justice, to provide the basic educational requirement for people, access to education in Lagos State, primary, junior secondary, and senior secondary, even including tertiary education. We are doing a lot in Lagos State, building more schools, rehabilitation of schools, employing teachers, building capacity training for teachers, and also looking into the interiors, the emerging communities where people are more or less moving to, and where we need the presence of government to provide education.
In 2015, a beacon of hope emerged when the Maltina Teacher of the Year initiative was born. It didn't just provide recognition for our teachers, it also transformed their teaching experiences. And after nearly 10 years, impacting over 300 participating teachers and transforming hundreds of schools, 241 teachers and 9 schools have been rewarded with over 500 million naira in cash and non-cash prizes. With its impact transcending borders, award-winning Nigerian teachers are now being recognized internationally, showcasing the talent and dedication of educators from Nigeria. This initiative is a brainchild of the Nigerian Brewers Felix Ohiwere Education Trust Fund and proudly endorsed by the Federal Ministry of Education. This edition is supported by Union Bank, Woodhall Capital Foundation, Airpeace, and Alert Group. Maltina Teacher of the Year, a decade of inspiring excellence in teaching.
A one-size-fits-all approach to education must change. Learning is not linear. And by acknowledging learning differences, we open doors to every child's potential. Dyslexia Nigeria is at the forefront of this change. We work to identify, support, and empower individuals with dyslexia and other learning differences. Our mission is not just about raising awareness, important as that is, but about driving systemic change and encouraging schools to adopt practices that recognize the uniqueness of each learner. Training teachers to identify and support diverse learning needs and ensuring that all students have access to the tools and accommodations they need to succeed. Nigeria's future depends on the success of all her students, and we all must be committed to making sure that no child is left behind.
One of the most powerful tools in education is teacher quality. When you have teacher quality, you will see the difference.
Teachers need a lot of motivation for them to function well. Maltina Teacher of the Year has given teachers the avenue to showcase proficiency.
A word from a teacher to a student can make such a difference in the life of the student. That is the nature and power that teachers have. You know, people often say with a great deal of sarcasm that a teacher's reward is in heaven. The saying is meant to suggest that teaching is neither financially nor materially lucrative. Well, that's probably true. But the saying misses an important point, and it is that most committed teachers, their greatest joy and satisfaction comes from seeing their pupils and students do well and become successes in life. But the teacher must be appreciated. Everyone needs affirmation and encouragement because it can only lead to greater achievements. And this is why I think the Maltina Teacher of the Year Award is an incredible boost for teachers and the teaching profession. I had the pleasure of receiving the 2020 winner of the Maltina Teacher of the Year Award last year in my office, who started her career in teaching when, after youth service in Adamawa State, she decided to stay on and teach in a secondary school in Yola. After the Maltina Award, she still teaches at the same school, the Concordia College, but has now established an NGO with part of her prize money. And she's continued to work in her passion for girl-child education and education for the poor and vulnerable. So I think that the Nigerian Brewers Limited ought to be commended for these very thoughtful and impactful annual awards.
We are all aware of the fact that no nation or society can progress beyond education it has. In addition, no education reform will take place without teachers that implement the curriculum, mentor learners, assess progress, and navigate and sustain the entire reform for development. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria's education system is focused on preparing its children for the responsibility of citizenship and national development, and this can only be achieved by effort of the qualified, innovative, motivated, disciplined teachers such as the one we are gathered here to celebrate today. Education is our collective responsibility, and its failure can well be taken as the failure of the entire country. It is based on this that the Federal Ministry of Education recognizes and commends the effort of Nigerian Breweries PLC, Felix Osewere Education Trust Fund, to celebrate outstanding teachers across Nigeria. The ministry appreciates the cash prizes to the teachers, the capacity building opportunities, and provision of the educational resources and infrastructure to schools. These packages will in no small measure motivate and inspire more teachers across the nation to work towards being outstanding.
Your position, your opportunity, and your company as a testing board, for a better, society, for a better community where, people can indeed do well, and get to the peak or the prime of their chosen profession. Once again, on behalf of Lagos State Government, we want to thank you. Other than giving our car and a house, I think the only thing that is meant to give our governorship. So I don't know.
Maltina Teacher is rewarding the teachers here on earth. They are rewarding exceptional teachers here on earth. They are making them happy. They are making them feel valued, feel recognized. They are elevating the morals of the teachers, which really has not been done in a long while.
Success has many brothers and many sisters and cousins. And this is what Maltina Teacher of the Year has done for me. A lot of my students want to associate with what I do. And when I tell some of the students that, okay, fine, would you help ABC with their work? They are willing. They're like, oh, and to be, if it is to teach, I'm going to do it. Is there going to be an award for that?
Being the Maltina Teacher of the Year has transformed my life greatly, in the sense that it has promoted my image as a teacher. It has added to my financial well-being and has made me popular in the teaching profession and even in Nigeria as a whole. At the moment, if you just Google my name, it comes out of Google. Abani Katai, the Maltina Teacher of the Year.
It's one of the best awards for teachers that I feel is very transparent. There is nobody that have won this award that is not actually a good teacher.
And I like that Nigerian Breweries is appreciating teachers for putting in hard work. And I want to hope and believe that this program will continue just beyond the 10 years anniversary.
I got a 3-bedroom apartment from the Lagos State Government during that visit. So I want to say a very big thank you to Nigerian Brewers. If that opportunity had not presented itself, I wouldn't have gotten the house, I wouldn't have gotten the recognition. Now I can go anywhere. People saw me on this page. I was posted on the page of the governor, on Lagos State Government's page, on Twitter, on all social media platforms. And I get people seeing me on the road and telling me, oh, you're the one who saw with the governor, you're a teacher. I think that's the most fulfilling or the biggest thank you I've gotten ever since I started this job.
As we count down to the grand finale of the 10th Maltina Teacher of the Year competition, it's simply heartwarming to reflect on how far this journey has taken us. Today, the preparations to reveal our 10th Maltina Teacher of the Year are in full swing. And we know that this year's celebration will be truly extraordinary.
Absolutely. Yes, indeed, Hans. The grand finale is more than just an event. It's a tribute to the passion, to the dedication, and above all, the unwavering commitment of our Nigerian teachers who help to shape the future of our nation every single day. At The ETF were totally committed to giving our teachers the appreciation and the recognition that they deserve.
I couldn't agree with you more, Sade. Looking back on our lead up to the grand finale, one of the highlights of the year has been delivering on a major promise to our past winners. In May, our Maltina Teacher of the Year winners from 2018 to 2023 all traveled to Finland for a capacity development training at Tampere University, where they learned cutting-edge teaching methods from global education experts. It was a truly value-adding experience for all of them.
It certainly was. Another memorable milestone was when, just last month, our 2023 winner, Adiola Adedunke Adefemi, had the special honor of being hosted by the Lagos State Governor himself, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu. It was such a proud moment for Lagos when she emerged the very first ever winner from the state. A beautiful moment in history.
That's right, Sade. And we didn't stop there. As part of Adiola's prize winnings, we just commissioned a cutting-edge language laboratory worth 30 million naira at the school where she teaches, KK Senior High School. The language laboratory is a promise kept and is a modern tool that will help students excel even more easily.
Indeed, many of our past Maltina Teacher of the Year winners, as well as the state champions, have gone on to accomplish even bigger feats, both in Nigeria and internationally. Oluwabumi Anani, our 2020 champion, went on to win the 2022 Array Global Teacher of the Year award from the United States. And very recently this year, guess what? She was awarded the Fulbright Scholarship.
Wow.
Another example is Taye Abanika, our 2021 winner, who is now the Commissioner for Urban Development and Housing in Kogi State. Truly, we are so inspired by how all of our teachers and all of our winners have also paid it forward. They've made many great contributions to their communities, such as setting up a boot camp for STEM girls, organizing book workshops for students, and even organizing teacher trainings for the teachers entering the MTOTY competition. Their passion for education has no boundaries.
Friendship, it lasts forever. True friendship, a gift we share together. No matter where you are, we're there together. Sharing moments, happiness is when we are together.
Maltina, share happiness.
We've come to the end of the Teaching with the Heart docu-series, and we want to extend a heartfelt thank you to all of our viewers for staying with us throughout this incredible journey.
Yes, it was wonderful to tell and share this story of the passion of our Nigerian teachers. We're looking forward to another 10 years and more of celebrating excellence in teaching. But for now, the excitement isn't over just yet. We'd love you to join us as we count down to the 10th Maltina Teacher of the Year Grand Finale next week Friday, October 11th at 8 p.m.
Hashtag MTOTY 2024 Grand Finale loading. On that day, we'll be unveiling our 10th Maltina Teacher of the Year winner. and we can't wait to share this special moment with you. Catch all the action live on DSTV Channel 154, GoTV Channel 7, and on our own YouTube page. Hans, the big question now is, who will wear the crown next? We can't wait to find out at the grand finale. Thank you once again, and see you next week.
Cheers.
Cheers.